it's a good time to be the church, but you need to have some gumption if you're going to be looking at $40,000 annual deficits when you've got $100,000 in the bank. And you have a congregation who's been here for, some members have been here for 50, 60 years, and they haven't seen the church close yet. And I don't think the reality has completely struck that the church can actually close. And that's in front of me and staring me in the face every single day. And I'm working with unemployed folks and refugees who can't even speak English and trying to pay bills when I'm working with folks who can't pay their own bills. I don't know if this place is going to be open in the foreseeable future. I don't know what call I have in the foreseeable future, but I know at least for right now, I'm doing ministry. And this place is doing incredible ministry. And if it pleases the Lord, it's going to keep on going. But if we end up dying, and I end up having some other job someplace else, I'm hoping against hope that there will be some good ministry continuing no matter where I end up. That's what's keeping me up at night when I'm falling asleep, trying to fall asleep. Those are the thoughts going through my mind of just how do you do ministry which is basically not sustainable, of loving your neighbor, serving your neighbor, caring for your neighbor, and you simply don't have the dollars to pay for the building or pay for the pastor's salary and the pastor's benefits. And somehow, at least in the system we have today, that's what we have to do. And in some places it's still going fine, but in a context like this, it's not sustainable. And it's not just Prince of Peace. The Baptist church 2 blocks away, they just cut a bunch of staff. They weren't paying them very much money to begin with. They just stopped paying them altogether. The pastor there is only making a fraction of what he made a few years ago. The UCC church a mile up the road, they just asked the pastor to turn in her keys after she was there for 10 years because they could not afford to pay her anymore. The Roman Catholic Church, 2 blocks away, their school just closed, and there are lots of questions about whether that congregation is going to close also. It's not just the Lutheran Church, it's this entire neighborhood who's experienced substantial financial issues with these enormous church buildings we have from the 1920s and 1930s, and this expectation that pastors are paid a certain amount and are given benefits. And even though I look at my package and I'm trying to figure out, I could have made a whole lot more as an engineer, and yet I feel I'm charging way too much money by being here. And God bless my folks who feel bad that they can't pay me as much as they feel they want to pay me, but the money is not there. So there's some kind of reformation going on, and the church is changing very, very rapidly. So if you're considering ordained ministry, you have to be ready for some serious questions about the church you grew up with, even if it was just 10, 15, 20 years ago. That church that you grew up in is not the church that's still going to be standing here 5, 10, 15 years from now.